Have you ever been there and you wonder why your chicken is laying small tiny eggs, yet like you feel that you are giving them enough, but they are not really producing the eggs that you really expect? Don't worry guys, in this video I am going to give you tips on how you can make your chicken lay very nice big eggs for you, so that you can become very happy and enjoy farming as well. So guys, stick on this video, watch to the very end. You will get 5 tips on how to make your chicken lay very big nice eggs, because we know that small eggs actually do not have market. People do not want to buy small eggs. They always want very big eggs, yes. And when you have big eggs, that means you will have market for your eggs. But you produce tiny eggs and they only give you, little money in your tiny eggs. Guys, now we want to first understand what is the normal weight of an egg. A normal weight of an egg should weigh between 50, this is the weight of an egg should be between 50 grams to 70 grams. This is the normal weight of an egg. Yes, you can weigh it. Just put it on a weighing scale and weigh it. You will see that it is between 50 to 70. If at all your hens or your chicken are laying big eggs, you will see that the egg is between 50 to 70 grams. That is the normal weight. But in some cases, you may find that your chicken are laying eggs which are below 50. They are in 35 grams, 30 grams. Those are tiny eggs. They are like these eggs of the quail, and yet you are keeping chicken. So our eggs should be between 50 to 70. That is the normal weight of an egg. Yes. So having known the weight of an egg, so go back and weigh your eggs. You will know that whether my chicken are laying nice big eggs or not. So these are the tips that can help you to increase on the weight of the egg. Yes, and if you follow them very well, that means you'll come back here and witness that, oh, my chicken have started now laying very big nice eggs. Number 1, we start with choosing the right breed. Choosing the right breed. Yes guys, as I told you that if you want to be successful in this business, everything rotates on 3 major factors: breed, or what we call genetics, feeding, and management. That is it. Now when it comes to laying big eggs, it depends on the genetic makeup of that bird, the breed that you have on your farm. Let's assume that you have a very nice breed on your farm. Maybe you have this Isa Brown, you have this Bovan, you have this Novogen, whatever. You have a very nice breed. That one, let's assume that you have a very nice breed. But if you don't have a breed, a nice breed on your farm, please, these points, these tips are not going to help you. Yes, they will not help you. Why? Because our laying starts on choosing the right breed for us. And once we have the right breed, that means there are things that we did not do so that our chicken can lay very nice eggs or big eggs. And now that means if our chicken are not laying big eggs, that means feeding is not good, or management, because these two work hand in hand, the feeding and the management. But in this scenario, guys, we are assuming that we have the right breed on our farm, but it is not performing to the expectation. That's why I'm going to give you these tips, assuming that your breed is okay. Yes. Now, point number 2, how to make your hens lay big eggs. We start with choosing the right breed, and now we know that we have the right breed. But maybe this right breed, we are not feeding it very well. That's why it is not performing to the expectation. Or if we are feeding it very well, maybe our management is not good. That is the logic behind it. Yes. Why? Through management, that means our birds are exposed to diseases. They are not well managed. Hygiene is not good, whatever. And they're exposed to, diseases. Biosecurity is not there. All of that lies under management. Maybe they are not vaccinated. Also lies under management, because if your birds are not really vaccinated, they are going to fall sick, guys. They will fall sick and they will not give you the big eggs that you really want. They will not perform. So, point number 2 on how to make your hens lay big eggs, assuming that we have the right breed, we shall consider what we call diet. Yes, diet is very important. This one lies under feeding. If you are not feeding your birds to the expectation or the right diet, because in diet we consider what we call balanced diet. Balanced diet. If you want your birds to give you big eggs, that means you have to give them a balanced diet. A balanced diet is a meal that contains all food values in their right amount. That means you have to give them carbohydrates, enough carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. You have to give them proteins or proteins. You have to give them minerals like calcium, phosphorus, zinc, etc. You have to give them vitamins. Vitamins are very important, guys, because I know a lot of people do not give vitamins to their birds. And if you don't give them vitamins, that means their immune system will be very weak, because these vitamins boost the immunity of our birds. Therefore, whenever you are feeding your birds, make sure that you are giving them enough vitamins at least 3 times a week. Yes, whenever you give them feeds, make sure that you put vitamins in their water, drinking water, so that they can have vitamins to boost their immunity, boost immune system. Yes, this is very important, guys. Vitamins are very important. So if you want your hens to lay big eggs, make sure that you chose the right breed. After choosing the right breed, make sure that you are feeding this breed with the right diet, a balanced diet, because if you're not feeding them a right diet, that means carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, and vitamins, they will not grow. Yes, remember, in proteins, our birds will need 16% DCP in their feeds. Digestible crude proteins. Make sure that you balance your feeds very well and know the amount of DCP that you are feeding to your birds. If at all you don't know how to calculate those DCP, please go back to my videos. I made a video, explaining all of that. I'll put a link at the end of this video. You will see it at the end of this video. You just tap in it and watch that video, how you can formulate your own feeds at home so that you can have a well-balanced diet. So, also another tip, if you want your chicken to lay very big eggs, after giving them a balanced diet through feeding as a factor of production, we shall need to give them water, enough water. Guys, I know a lot of people, when they don't give their birds water, they make them, they make the birds starve. But this water must be there 24 hours, 24 to 7. Yes, every time water must be there. At least you can miss to give them feeds, but make sure that water is there. Why? Because for you to have this egg that you want, a bird, an egg, 90, I think it's around 70%. 70% of an egg is water. So make sure that you give your birds the water, H2O. It is very important. Water is very important because it is one of the factors that makes our birds produce big eggs. If the birds are not consuming enough water or drinking enough water, that means they will not have enough, metabolism, because this digestion, whatever, body system works on water. So if they don't have enough water, they will starve and they will not make an egg for you. So make sure that they drink enough water. But there are scenarios when you give them water and they don't want to drink the water. Maybe the weather is cold. There you can add ginger in water. Put ginger. Ginger will stimulate them. It will make them more thirsty and they will drink much water. Also put vitamins, make the water a bit sweet. Sweet water. They will drink much water because the water is sweet. So that one is very important. Water is important, guys, if you want big eggs. Point number 4, or tip number 4, if you want your birds to really produce big eggs, Make sure that your birds are disease free. Yes, disease free. What do I mean by disease free? Most of your birds are sick. Any sick bird cannot lay eggs. Yes, they will stop laying eggs. That's why, these layers, whenever they become sick, they don't lay eggs. They will not lay eggs. How about when they are sick? Do you think they will give you big eggs? No. Even if they continue laying, their eggs will be a bit tiny. Bujja kubanga bujibwa, bwabuno obugundi, obuyibwa. They will be very, very small and tiny. So, make sure that your birds are disease free. You may have the right breed, but you don't know how to manage. Management is important. Diseases lies under management. Why? Because through management, how to control these diseases on our farm, we make sure that we have biosecurity, tight biosecurity. Do not enter into your poultry house without disinfecting yourself. Make sure that you spray yourself with disinfectant. You have a foot deep on the entrance of your poultry house. That is very important. Because through disinfectant, you are killing all the bacteria and the diseases that come with you through your foot, whatever, your shoes. Dip them in that disinfectant. There you are controlling diseases. Also, make sure that you have wire mesh all over your poultry house so that birds do not enter, wild birds to enter. Also, other chicken which are on free range, people from around should not access your poultry house so that you are disease free. This is very important. Because when birds have Newcastle, for example, Newcastle disease, they will not lay eggs. And if they lay eggs, the eggs will be very tiny. And even the shells, for you to know that your birds have Newcastle, you will just see it on the shells. The shells of your eggs. They will have different colors and they will be very tiny. And also, the shells will be very weak. Yes, eggshell will be very weak. So, Newcastle will make your birds lay small eggs. And whenever you see your birds laying small eggs, please just know you have Newcastle. If the birds, they are mature already, maybe they are 30 weeks old, whatever, So make sure that you don't have Newcastle. And also that another disease that makes our birds lay tiny eggs is coccidiosis. Coccidiosis. This is one of the major bacterial disease. Newcastle is a viral disease, viral. It is caused by a virus. Whereas coccidiosis is a bacterial disease. Yes, bacterial infections. So make sure that you are always clean. Because this coccidiosis actually, most of the time, it is caused by hygiene. If you are dirty, when your poultry house is very dirty, you will experience coccidiosis always. When the wood shavings are always dirty, coffee sticks on the floor, they have water, they are, the loom is very wet. It will give room to salmonella when you don't, wash your drinkers. You have to wash the drinkers every day. If you don't wash the drinkers, there will be room for salmonella to grow, to grow in your drinkers. And, these birds will consume that water with salmonella and they will develop coccidiosis and diarrhea and they will die in the long run. So, point number 5 on how to make your birds lay very big eggs is what we call stress. Make sure that you have stress-free environment. What do I mean by stress-free environment? These birds do not really want noisy environment. If the environment is noisy, they will not lay eggs. And if they lay, the eggs will be very tiny. Yes, that's why they encourage people always to have farms in villages where there is no people around who cannot, make that noise, whatever. Because when these birds are stressed with noise all over the, in surrounding area, they will not lay. They always be shouting, crying. So, because they are scared with the environment, so make sure that your birds are stress-free. So they will use a lot of energy when they're trying to hide around, whatever, because they are really scared. So when they use a lot of energy, they will not produce eggs that you really want. So guys, that is for today I have for you. See you in my next video, guys. Love you. Let's continue with our next video.